Now listen. Now listen.
Yo, we are back as Kelly take her selfies. Welcome back, good people. I am David Bruce, and this is the lovely.
I was about to introduce myself, Kelly D.
What do you mean? That's very dry.
I know because I was ready when you said your, and I was going to be like.
You're supposed to jump right in.
I know. I was ready to hey.
Yeah. How you been?
I'm good. How you doing?
I've been good. The weather's changing. It's been messing with my sinuses too.
You know what? Seriously, it's so funny you say that. So don't y'all, okay, everybody out there, don't think I'm slow. I'm not crazy. Pretty much, I discovered that sinuses can just come about at any time, any point in life. I thought it was something that came along with I don't know, maybe you was just you just had, being young, you got a cold, and you had allergies, it was a whole thing connected. I didn't know that I could just be this age and just all of a sudden wake up and have sinuses.
Yeah, I mean it's
because I've been, it's been
I probably didn't
I've been suffering with some pressure in the nose area and the face and under it. And I'm like, what the
and the headaches and shit.
It really hasn't been really headaches, but it's just more so you feel it up in here.
Okay.
So I was talking to my cousin, just so happened, and I'm like, yeah, 'cause my face feels so heavy. And she's like, oh, that's sinus. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought that was something I needed to have, early
No,
on.
you
I didn't know.
You get sinuses that, I mean, I probably didn't discover I had sinus issues and allergy issues until my 30s.
Yeah, I see this now. Yeah, so in my mind, I just thought it was something that was associated with allergies and
the weather change.
The whole thing. I never had this happen to me.
I mean, you're getting old, Kelly. We're not going to discuss your age. We're not going to discuss your age. I promise you, we're not.
One more time. But for real, it's a weird feeling. Does it feel like your face, somebody's really pressing into this weird?
Yeah, it's pressure.
I can't. It really freaks me out.
Do you take medicine for it?
No, it just started happening a week ago, so this is new for me.
It's new.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And my man, I thought something else was going on. I'm like, Lord, are you trying to take me away right now? It was a lie. I didn't understand.
You probably get some over-the-counter stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, busy. Try to stay as busy as possible. Nothing really fluid.
I'm still e-learning. I'm still in kindergarten.
Yeah.
You know. I'm still in kindergarten. Still in learning.
Yeah, I'm in the first grade and the seventh grade. So, with my Addison, she don't really need my help.
I was gonna say she might not need too much help.
Dawson, it's not that Dawson needs my help. Dawson needs me to tell her to get back on the iPad 1,000 times. But yeah, so remote learning. So it's gonna be a good show today. I wanna talk about a few things, right? Blackness overall. That's why I want my black on black. I want to talk about black. Yeah. My black drink, my black hat. Blackness. Black politics and blacks being involved in politics. Black money in our spending habits.
Oh yeah.
Because I seen something interesting, which made me look at some other stuff. So Killer Mike, the rapper from Atlanta, along with some other people, are opening a black bank, Greenwood. So I thought, yes, I saw his interview on Breakfast Club. I thought it was dope. So yeah, black bank. And then I saw an article, right? So check it. I'm on Facebook, and it comes down my timeline. A young lady posts an article talking about polygamy being on the rise in the black community. And she
saw
said
that.
if the circumstances were right, that's something she would do.
No,
Right?
I've been
you
seeing that. No, I've been seeing that. And I read something. Somewhere where there was a lot of articles about it, of course. But there's like a 5 reasons as to why like black polygamy is like kind of trending today.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh wow, because first of all, the fact that I'm not gonna say that. Well, I didn't know there was a thing in the black community. That's new to me. I mean, I'm sure there were people out there, but now because social media and the internet is starting to be, more advertising stuff like that. But the article said 5 reasons why, and I was like, okay, like.
Do you agree with the concept though of polygamy? Like, a man having, multiple
It's a little tough. Okay, so
ladies. Because you can't get, in the United States, it's illegal, so you can't get married. Right? But,
but you can still practice.
Yeah, I mean, you can practice.
Function and do life, like you're,
So me personally, I couldn't do it.
I can't even, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna just say this. First, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna explain to y'all what I read. There were 5 reasons as to why it's trending in the black community now. But personally, no, I can do that because I'm selfish. And mainly when it comes to time to start issuing out attention and affection and doing all that stuff, like how do you do that? Because so I'm trying to figure out how does one not get jealous of the other when he's displaying, affection and attention.
So
and
I think,
how does that even go?
So
That's
I think
why
this,
it won't
right?
work for me.
Take it. So the article I read, the young lady posted, it was from a male's perspective. It was from the guy's perspective and why they started doing it. So the guy had my apologies. It's so ghetto. The guy had 2 kids by separate women. The kids were like a year and something apart, right? And so, financially it was killing him because he was on child support and so on and so forth. And so he came up with this thing where this idea to say, hey, you know what? Financially this is killing me. I'm struggling. You know what I mean? Y'all not doing as well as y'all could possibly be doing. So how about, we all move in together. So I don't even think his reasoning was on let's all be in one relationship. He was trying to, get his finances and get his money right.
You said that. That's one of the things that I read. It was more so on an economical scale.
Yeah. That
it's beneficial in why black community why it's trending. As to why it's beneficial because economically, it's saving money. People are able to get the finances together, all that good stuff. So that was one.
Yeah.
And what it did say was, what you should not expect from a polygamous relationship is that it's a 24-hour orgy.
Yeah, because that's what most men think,
because
right?
It's not a 24-hour orgy.
Yeah,
so say, do not expect. It's because that's not what it is. Well, at least that's what they don't want you to think. I don't know if people got different households with maybe going on, but they say.
Because as a man, as men, right? The minute we hear, you can have multiple. The first thing we're thinking is, it's gonna be love and sex all the time. But that's not the case. Like in a lot of these relationships, and they're not even calling them relationships; they call them communities. Like they use the word community. The article I was reading, they use the word community a lot, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, it's not. For those who out there that's maybe exploring the possibility of a polygamous relationship, it's not Fuckfest 87. So it's not. You're not just going to be having sex all the time.
Why it's got to be 87 though? Where does 87 come from?
It was a lot of sex going on in 87.
I would have thought more like 95, 94.
No.
You say 87.
87. It was a lot of loving going on in 87. So I say no to polygamous relationships. Kelly says she couldn't do it.
But again, another one of the things, out of the 5 things they said, it was more economical. They also said that polygamous families move as a unit.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But our families,
Well, no, all said, whoa.
But that's what it's a family. You're supposed to move as a unit.
No,
Like,
I don't think so. But so for those of you who may be exploring a polygamous relationship,
I mean,
I'll say
if
do
you're
your
gonna
research.
explore it, do your research. Let it be for one of those 5 reasons. The other reason was more so like technology is made easier, in communities like black communities, like us learning about it, exposed to it, the children, all that good stuff. So at least if you're gonna do it, make sure it's a good reason.
Yeah.
Don't think it's what did he say? Fuck fest 86.
It's not fuck fest 87.
Why? I just want to know where did he?
I don't know where it come from. I've been saying that for a long time.
87, bro.
But,
that's like a long. Okay.
So we touched on Killer Mike and the Black Bank, right?
Yeah.
What
about Diddy? He's become attached to this whole what is the organization called?
Who the black
Politics,
the Black Party, our Black Party.
Our Black Party.
Yeah.
He associated himself with that organization. Pretty much, of course, just the way I'm pretty sure it's to raise more awareness in black communities with the whole political, Jesus the world is going on now.
Yeah.
So you can know what's going on more so.
And I think it's important, right? So my thing is this, right? I posted something on Instagram, and it kind of ruffled some feathers.
I ain't see it. What you say?
I took it down because I just don't like arguing with people on social media.
Don't be a post and deleter. Like,
it's set up for like a good day. No, it's set up for a day. It's set up for 24 hours. And what I said is, I don't believe that, celebrities, rappers, singers, pastors, or anybody of major influence should have a say in your vote, right? In who you vote for. Like, I believe in voting your interests.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
I believe in voting for the people that views align with yours.
Align with your views.
And
Exactly.
what you see for your family and what you see for your future, right? So with that, and I made a reference to Ice Cube, right? And him and the whole contract with Black America.
Yeah, certain people are like trying to drag him, and then certain people are like, I don't really know, Cube. I think he's trying to get in where he can to get an advantage for us, and then come back and say, okay, let's do it this way. Let's try this way. Like I don't know. People
I've watched probably about 3 or 4 of the different interviews he done on this whole contract with Black America, right? And he has some very interesting ideas, right? But the issue will be, that what people don't understand, for laws to be made and passed and so on and so forth, that takes a long time, right? So the problem I think a lot of people having with it is because they said he was working with the Trump administration, which it really wasn't the case. What happened was he presented it to both parties. The Democratic Party said, "Hey, after the election, we'll come holler."
Exactly.
The Trump administration, the Republican Party said, "Okay, let us see what we want to talk to you now. Let's see what you got going on." And I don't know who he sat down with. Well, he said he didn't sit down with you. He said he never met Trump. But so he sat down, he sent the contract or the ideologies and the ideas he had to these people, and I guess they're tweaking it or they're working together. I think he has some great ideas, especially when it comes to the social economical aspect for the Black community. But I think people just have to be realistic.
What we are going to see on the surface is that he met with both parties. One party said, hold on, let's wait, which was Democrats. The next party said, come on, let's go. And because he's listening to what they want to say to him, we're thinking, oh, he's going to rat out, that's just what it is.
Right.
It's what we see on the surface.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Unfortunately, we don't think
so.
Some of us don't think deeper than that, or even try to understand what is not going on. But they should know that Ice Cube for sure is definitely not going. Look at his history, his background, his music.
He was with NWA.
Right. Come on, they had a whole. Weren't they like sued by like the government or something like that at one point because
Probably
their
was.
music,
Like-
because of the songs they
Like
released.
the
That's the police. Like,
yeah.
it was a whole political situation when they released that song. So
Yes,
y'all
yes.
should know that he's definitely not one to be trying to jump on the man's bandwagon. And, you know,
The man.
I mean, because you know, well, that's the old no, that's the old term. But that's, I mean, seriously, like, he's not gonna jump on no Trump bandwagon and just
Right.
ride out. Like, no, like. He's
He's
just trying to hear everything
I
else.
mean, he wants to see.
Give himself leverage if he can get it from this side.
Yeah.
You know, like, why not?
Definitely. And so I do want to speak on the Killer Mike thing in this black bank. So they named it Greenwood after the neighborhood, after Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's why they named it the bank Greenwood, which I thought was dope. Basically paying homage to Black Wall Street. And so I went on, and they got a crazy waiting list for accounts. I went on to try to start an account. They got a crazy waiting list. So if you are interested in that, in learning more about banking black with Killer Mike, that's a weird fucking name.
That's gonna start to
Killer Mike.
You're
Like, yeah, bank with me. Killer Mike.
Black.
No, banking black.
Banking black. I like that.
My point. I wonder if somebody trademarked it. But yeah, so if you want to look more into that, it is bankgreenwood.com.
Is it like a site? It's up now.
Yeah. It's a waiting list. They got so many people trying to open accounts. I think it's dope. But some interesting facts I found out, like after hearing his interview about the money in our community and how the fuck it's not staying. Do you know $1 circulates in a black community 6 hours before it leaves? 6 hours. That's not even a whole work shift. It's sad. In the white community, 17 days. So $1 stays there 17 days. Jewish community, 20 days.
What do you think? I'm not gonna say what you think because we know what's happening. We know where we're spending our dollars.
Yeah, we're not spending it with us.
We're not spending it with us. I'm gonna say, what do you think we need to do? We know we're not spending it with us.
As a community, we spent $1.2 trillion in 2018. That's scary. And only 3% was spent with a black business. That's scary. So we have some shit to address
a lot of
a community.
We do, but
and
a lot of people chalk it up to, or not chalk it up, but they'll say, you know what? Okay, I don't want to be this person, but black communities, black businesses, small businesses, the customer service is just. I mean,
but it's like that across all businesses.
No, I'm not saying
all races.
I'm not saying other races don't. That's not what I'm saying. But I think this is what I think. I think because we feel like we know it's us, we know we're dealing with one of our people that we can sometimes half-ass us. Like, okay, I know I can do this in 3 days, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say 7 days because it's a brother. He understands. It's a sister. She'll be cool. She's not. And that's just how they conduct business, and that's just not okay.
No, it's horrible.
And you know, every brother and sister is not like that. They want their stuff done, in a timely fashion, in the way it's supposed to be done. You know, however, whether it's the cleaners, whether it's the clothing store, whatever you're doing, hair, whatever you're doing, they want it done in the timely fashion it's supposed to be done. Don't just assume because I'm black, I'm a sister, or I'm a brother, I'm cool with the making me wait forever, or
I mean everybody wants
taking long for my service. Like, I've heard so many people say this, and people have posted stuff on social media so many times saying, you know, like polls, or they've been saying, what do you think about black business and customer service? And people have secretly like dogged black businesses basically because of the customer service has not been up to par.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, they'll say, oh, well, you let Target, you let Walmart tell you whatever, you're okay with it. Yes and no, because guess what? I know I'm going to be able to get my money back.
Yeah.
And we also don't want to give our money back either. Like, if I'm not satisfied with it, if it wasn't up to par, if I didn't get what I felt like I deserved, we have this no refund situation, and it's just like, no.
Well, when you're small, I mean, like, you know, it's not many black businesses that is big as Target or Walmart.
I
But
mean,
when you're a
true.
small business and you're trying to survive in the marketplace, sometimes it's hard to what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to pivot, right? Because you probably put so much energy and so much time and so much effort into building a business that you don't have that customer service experience, or you don't have, or sometimes you got to give people time to grow into that, right? Now, if you're a business that's been in business for 10 years and the customer service is still horrible, then that's a whole nother conversation and a whole nother ballgame. But if somebody been open a week and you're like, oh, the customer service is terrible, like, well, they've been open a week, like, give the people a chance. So,
well, I mean, in instances like that, especially in the first year, I would understand.
Right.
A little bit more like, okay, whatever. But longer than a year, 2, 3 years, some stuff is just like straight up common sense. Like, I feel like, and maybe small business, like, I don't know, I don't have a small business, but if someone comes in and they're not satisfied with what's going on, what they receive, why can't they get a refund? Like, what's the deal with the whole refund?
well, I'm gonna tell you this, right?
Like,
Especially without
you let me know, because I know you can speak for
I'm gonna tell you what's the deal sometimes with that. Our people, and I'm just being blunt.
Oh.
Our people like to get over.
True. No, you're right.
So, like, all cases is not valid cases
That's right.
that warrants a refund.
That's true.
So we gotta be careful with that. You know what I mean? People wearing stuff and want to bring it back and get a refund, but you didn't more. And I see you on Instagram in it, but but you want a refund.
Please don't
You know what I mean?
You just see somebody wearing stuff on Instagram trying to get a refund.
But anyway, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Boy,
So
okay.
that's what I'm saying. You can't. You're never going to be able to satisfy everybody in business. Satisfy everybody in business. So, you just have to try your best, your hardest. And I think at the end of the day, hopefully your business, because most businesses fold. If the customer service is really, really bad, most businesses fold.
It'll
like it's not gonna last. You're not lasting for 20 years with bad customer service, unless that's just your business model, like to give bad customer service. And whose business model was that? But yeah, so that concludes.
That's just what I've heard. Like I say, I haven't had too many. I don't think I've had a really awful bad experience with like this before. To the point where I felt like, oh, I don't want to support again, or oh, I need a refund, or y'all need to close down. Like, I haven't had that experience, but I know people do stuff like that, and yeah.
But that's anywhere and everywhere you go. All right, yo, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be back with Down in the DM.
Ooh,
this is Now This Podcast.